when I got out of across the boys ranch in South Dakota, I was doing well. I got a job finally. I moved to a very small town near Mitchell, South Dakota, home of the Corn Palace. And the people in South Dakota just knew me as this guy from Minnesota. They didn't know that I carried this huge past. So I hung out in South Dakota for a while and I actually did really well. But I'm telling you, those friends of mine, man, I just missed them so much. And I felt like even if I was doing a lot of good things out here in South Dakota, if I didn't have my friends with, then it kind of meant nothing. So I actually moved back to Minnesota to reconnect with my friends. And I was ready to prove myself. And I wanted to show my parents that, you know what, I can be successful, I can do this. Well, guess what? The first day back in Minnesota, I picked up right where we left out. And there was more pot in the house when I came back to Minnesota than there was before. And the cool thing about it at the time that I thought was one of my friends owned a house. He had like a 5-bedroom house. And so all my doping buddies, they all rented out a room. And I'm like, this is a dream. This is perfect. You know, we've got this beautiful house. We're all going to live together. We're all going to do drugs together. This is cool. And so I started to hang out. And while I was there, I started to think about, well, how am I going to put some money in my pocket? And my roommate came up with the perfect idea. This is the idea that he suggested to me. He said, sell some cocaine. Like, that's a no-brainer. Why fill out applications? Why be somebody? Just sell some cocaine. And I said, well, what's that? And he kind of showed me how it goes. I'll give you this for this price. If you do with it what you should do with it, you'll be able to come back with this amount of money, and you'll be rolling. And so I'm like, all right. Well, clearly the friends and the people that I hung out with, this was a good enterprise for me, because most of the friends that I called friends were probably interested in stuff like this. So I remember making the phone call and I was telling my buddies, hey man, you know, I've got a bunch of cocaine here to sell. And so I started to sell cocaine. And for the most part, I was pretty good at it. Did what I needed to do. Sold it, gave the guys money, continued to do what I needed to do. There are no rules when you sell drugs. I'm sure most of you have watched movies, you know, Scarface and some of these other movies. Don't get high in your own supply. Come on, people. That's not ever the case. I don't know one drug dealer ever that didn't use the drugs that he sold himself. And if he sold cocaine, he would say, I don't do coke, but I smoke marijuana. Or I give some to these people. I mean, it's just bad. It's like the blind lead the blind. And so eventually I started to snort cocaine. And we would party, all of us, in this house. When you got 5, 6 guys in the house, and they've got all a couple buddies, and everybody's got buddies, pretty soon you got a house full of 50, 60 people, and we're all doing cocaine. And I remember, just like marijuana, I went from probably snorting a couple lines to where I do a couple 8 balls. I was up to 6, 7, 8 grams a day snorting cocaine. There were times where I would chop up a line of cocaine on a mirror and stick a straw in my nose to snort it, and blood would come out of my nose, down the straw, hit the line of cocaine, and I'd still snort it. Because that's just how bad my nose was. It was just raw. I'd stay up for 7, 8 days straight. No naps. No shut-eyes. No going to bed. 7, 8 days. Paranoid. Skits out of my mind. Thought everyone was after me. Didn't trust anyone. Heart beating out of my chest. It is a nasty feeling. Nasty. So eventually what happened is we continued to do things. When people owed us money, we'd go get that money by all means necessary. If you owed me money, we were kicking in your door at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and I'd take things right out of your house if you didn't pay me my money. And I'd have people that came with me, much bigger than I would. You know, I mean, look at me. You know, so I'd bring a couple guys with. We all had guns. We'd go into someone's house. We'd take their property. You owed me. You didn't call me back. We're here to take what you have. Which led to more criminal behavior. I've got 4 felonies, I believe, on my record as an adult, ranging from check forgeries to felony thefts to assaults, all because of drugs. It's stupid. It has ruined my entire life. having those felonies on my record. And when I went to jail, guess how many friends I had come up to visit me? None. Guess how many people would put money on my book so I could buy a bag of chips and a pop? None. Guess how many people would write me to tell me to keep my head up, that things will be okay? None. That's not a friend. A friend doesn't sit next to you and allow you to participate in things that they know are going to ruin your life. Alcohol, underage drinking, I'm not going to ask for you guys to raise your hands today to tell me who drinks. But I'm telling you right now, if you guys are out drinking, sophomore, freshman, junior, senior, you guys are out drinking at after parties or after football games, trust me, I guarantee it, 10 years from now, if I ask you, hey, did you do any other drugs? You'll say yes. I've done this before. I've met many people, and I've never met a drug addict that didn't start out with either cigarettes or alcohol. Period. So, around this time of getting these felonies as an adult, I was sent away to jails. A lot of jails. Alright? I think I counted it. I don't know what it says on my website. I think it says 15. I've been in jail 20 different times.
I don't know. I just showed it.
And did never learn.
These people here.
My mom, and she was always there for me. There's a real thin line between unconditional love and what I call enabling someone. And I'll tell you what, if my kid ever made a poor choice and she landed up in jail, it'd break my heart, but I wouldn't bail her out. I would not bail her out. My mom did. She loved me that much. Every single time I got into trouble, she was there for me. Even in a wheelchair, she was there for me. Constantly bailing me out. You know what that taught me? It taught me that I can do the same thing. It's no big deal. If I got caught, my mom would bail me out. So, I didn't bring all of my mug shots, but just to kind of show you what I got going on here. I'll ask this guy right here if you want to grab one. This is what bad choices look like. Okay? Now this isn't all of them. Alright? Got it, yeah. This is bad choices.